how's it? So I was just getting into hulling out some of these keikis because they're too crowded and I got to move them. And I think I want to move this whole patch, really, because I'd like to build something here. But anyway, so I go and I move this first kind of weak, a little scraggly looking one, and I wiggled this the other day and I thought it looked kind of weak, felt weak. And then look at that, right there, Corm Weevil. And so this is a great example of when it's terminal, the plant's terminal, but you still got those 2 or 3 leaves out, and you're never going to get a cigar leaf up. It's just never going to happen. Or if it's there, it would maybe probably start browning out. It would have started browning out if there was one existent when this happened. But so the heart's gone. Heart's gone. There's no fixing that. And but what it does tell me is that, yeah, there's some weevils, and how much more this corm here is has got as far as frass. How far down is this tunnel? Is it through? Is it into these guys over here? These are just off. Do a bunch of off here for a moment. Yeah, so I was going to get these out. These ones, I got 3 here. 1, 2, 3, oh, like 4. But yeah, so these might be riddled. And so what I wanted to do was see how far up did this go? Oh, not far. Not far. Right into the heart. Break all that up a little bit. Yeah. It's not like I have a weevil sitting there, do I? No. Yep, dead banana. Anyway, so if you see that classic, like, yeah, given there's 3 here, but really soon it would have been just two straggly leaves, thin stalk, but the 2 straggly leaves, never a good sign. All right, so I pulled that corm up, and I just split it, and yeah, see, right up through the center. Now, technically, this white, if you're really trying to save this banana, you could probably core this white out, maybe do a bleach dip on it, and put it in some peat. Yeah, especially right there. So you got a brown on the inside, but a real crisp white on the outside. You could probably peat moss that if it was clean of Corm Weevil, and perhaps get one of the little side nodes, one of the little baby nodes that come that are all on the outside of these. There we go, like that's one right there. So like these little baby nodes might stand a chance of trying to grow, but you'd have to make that so clean. It'd have to be so clean it should not get bacterial rot, because it's already infiltrated with heavy bacterial rot, and the Corm Weevil are running donuts around in here. I don't know, but I'll show you guys that. Yeah, so I just came across a larva. That's right, his little butt's coming right out of there. Yeah, there you go. Kind of trying to run. They don't like the light. So there's one of your Corm Weevil grubs. And if I'm not mistaken, there are pretty much 2 different sizes of Corm Weevil. A real large and a real, kind of not real small, but like pretty small. They're like a 1/4 inch version and a nearly 3/4 inch version. Anyway, so you got to pick all of these out. You got to go through, if you were trying to save this corm, or if the corm still had a heart to it that hadn't been destroyed, then you would need to just core this thing like an apple core. You'd have to go through every single hole, every single one, and get them all cleaned off, clean off everything on the outside in case there's eggs deposited. Maybe do a little bleach dip or a boiling water dip. Either one is a good idea if you're trying to get rid of nematodes or you're trying to get rid of Corm Weevil egg. And then you have to put it in a very neutral, moist medium kind of like a steam tent of wood chips is like perfect. And then wait for it to come true and start to throw up little heads. And that's kind of a form of macro propagation. Like if you only had one, you need to get a lot of keikis fast. But in this case, for saving, you know, rare varieties or special varieties from Corm Weevil, you just got to chase all the holes and clean it up, dip it, and get it back into some kind of really neutral medium, let it throw up new heads, and then you could take those heads and treat them like a proper healthy banana. And usually, like in this case, I'm going to go through and try and see if I find any more weevil. Kind of good to chop things up and see if you can't find more of the buggers. I mean, why let them survive in your garden? They do have the classic trick for Corm Weevil traps that you would cut stumps, and you cut them in 3-foot segments, and then you leave those, and I think you can even split them once maybe, and then you leave them around the base of a banana, and the Corm Weevils are more liable to go in and lay in between the sleeves because it mimics this difference here, this gap, and they're going for, they want to lay their eggs down in this section, right where the leaf sheaths are meeting the corm. So yeah, they're attracted to that. So you know, say to leave some stumps around the base, and then every couple weeks pull the stumps and take them to green waste, because you're taking all the Corm Weevil eggs with them. That's a lot of work though, not something I would do. You just got to be on top of your bananas and try and make sure the bases don't come exposed. I've been paring away at this poor thing for a moment now, and I just got down to the heart. That little tiny triangle there with a black tip. And yeah, there's a little bit of corm left behind it, but you can see those weevil cores went right up around it. Tips are already dying. So this was a done banana. And yet, you know, these are the two tops off of them right here. Right? So that looks like it should be healthy. You got 5 leaves on there. No cigar leaf, but 5 leaves. Looks healthy enough. But the core was dead. And it was literally, technically a dead banana. And I half expect that this one's okay because it's got a cigar leaf on it. A fresh emerging leaf. But we're going to pop this up. We got to clean it because they're all attached. And might just be a reason to take up the big Berthas here. Move them while I can, save them. I've already moved a bunch of the babies around, so I'm not worried about losing the species. I just I want to build something here. All right.